This week we get into the Olympics and my conspiracy theories.
We discuss if it is officially the end of Brat Summer.
And we say our final thoughts on this year's Love Island.
What we liked about this year's series, what we didn't, and what needs to be changed for next year.
Welcome back to Popoff Podcast, the podcast where we tell you what's popping off in pop culture this week. Hello.
Hi.
As you can see, behind us is a bit plain.
Apologies, that's my fault. Stressful day.
Stressful day. It's very hot and yeah.
I don't cooperate very well in heat.
That's why we're here as well, because my house is quite cool.
Especially in countries like the United Kingdom, where establishments are not built for this level of temperature. And
Mum, you need to get some AC.
but like even like our tube, like I was on the tube this morning and I genuinely like I salute anyone that has to go on, no, more specifically like the businessmen who has to wear suits on a tube in rush hour in 32-degree heat.
I salute anyone that has to go on the fucking Central Line in the morning.
It's hell on earth.
Quite literally.
Yesterday, I was going to my friend's birthday and I was supposed to get on a tube, a 40-minute Jubilee line tube. 40 minutes on one tube.
Yeah.
Like no change. You don't get the breeze from walking through the passages halfway through. 40 minutes of that. So I literally added on 25 minutes to my journey to sit on like a overground train. Because I was just like, I can't do this.
Yeah.
But yeah.
I'm, on the other hand, actually not complaining because I love this heat. I don't care if it's in the United Kingdom or wherever it is, but it's glorious. I just love hot weather because I can just go out and just not give a fuck.
Yeah, but I can do that in 19-degree weather. Perfect weather for me is 21, 22 in the UK.
No, do you know what it is if it stayed 21, 22 for 24 hours, but it doesn't do that, does it? It goes down to like 16 and then it's actually cold. Like last night I walked out of the event. I was like, fuck, I'm going to be cold. Like I'm in like a little skimpy dress. It's warm.
Yeah, I was outside last night till 1 a.m. in a t-shirt and shorts.
Lovely.
Yeah. Anyway, how was your trip away?
Where did I go? Oh yeah, Ivory Coast. Yeah, it was really, really good. It was nice to see my family and everything. But yeah, we had like problems with the police on one night. Like, because basically when I go, I'm from Ivory Coast. My dad like lives there for half the year. Someone commented and was like, basically my dad has like a house and he called it like Carol's Villa, like after my mum. And someone commented on my TikTok and was like, oh, that's so cute that your dad named it after your mum when they're not together. I was like, who the fuck ever said that my parents weren't together? And my mum like replied to it and was like, happily, hey, they were like together forever.
That's so funny, your mum replied.
I know. But so like we went out one night and then just like me and my boyfriend and we got pulled over by the police like when we were in the taxi. My dad doesn't really let us out on our own because we can't speak French and they're just a bit funny there. And then like, yeah, then the police officer was just going off and was like, you need your passports. I thought, we didn't really think we were going to go to jail, but when I'm drunk, I'm an antagonizer. So I was trying not to antagonize the situation, especially an African uncle. Like, you do not want to do that, especially when they've got a little bit of power over you. But then, like, I just put him on the phone to my dad and it was okay. But I was just doing that eye contact thing where, like, they get, like, very intimidated and very angry and he's getting really pissed off. But, yeah, I thought I was going to go to an African jail at one point. But apart from that, it was great. It would have been hell in there. No AC, just a loud ass fan.
Prison's scary. When I was younger, I used to have an irrational fear of that, like someone was going to like pin something on me.
That makes so much sense.
I was going to go to jail for like 20 years and I wouldn't be able to do anything about it for something I didn't do. I don't like when I was like 15, I was like convinced that was going to happen to me.
But
I was like, I'd get like stressed about it like at night when I couldn't sleep.
But that's something like that. That is so possible. That could like no one is safe from that ever happening.
Yeah.
I think it's worse in
just your word. The whole like, especially if there's no evidence, just your word against someone else's.
Yeah.
Like,
and I'm sorry, but if I'd done a crime and someone else was getting pinned for it, I'm not saying shit.
So you had a good time.
Yeah, I had a lovely time. And also the journey back was a fucking hell. So Air France, count your fucking days, mate.
Wait, I saw a TikTok. Someone went on Air France and they were like doing like shots with the air stewardesses.
Really?
And they were like, that was the best flight experience of my life.
Oh my God, no. That was far from my experience. And also my flight was an overnight flight. And the AC was pumping, like insane. Manuel got sick on the way there because it was so bad. Like he arrived in Ivory Coast with like the day after arriving, like he had a
Oh
cold.
my God.
It just doesn't make sense when you're going to Africa with a bunch of Africans on the plane to make it really, really cold. Like, we're naturally, like, used to, well, not me, but, like, they're naturally used to, like, hot weather. Like, the way that everyone is climatized out there in Ivory Coast, like, it'll be 35 degrees and they'll be in a full suit. Like, no one wears shorts and, like, only women wear dresses and stuff like that, but men don't wear shorts and stuff, really. I mean, young people do, but not older men.
I don't think I did anything this week. Oh, it was my friend Annie's birthday. That was fun.
Oh, yeah.
It was quite sweet. It was a picnic in a park.
Yeah, because I was asking them and I was so confused to, like, where you guys were, like, after Jumbie. Do you know what I mean? Because you open, like, the thing. They open the back thing.
Oh, yeah. It's because it was their second birthday.
Right, yeah.
Oh, my God. Wait, I know what it fucking was. I went out, £35 I paid.
Wait, why is he looking at me like I own it?
£35. No, because listen to how dreadful this is. £35
Yeah.
I paid for a day ticket to go into this second birthday, like, sort of festival-y thing. I went out for a cigarette and went to come back in and went, oh, it'll be another £5 to enter again.
Oh, that is a mistake.
I went, no. And then she was like, the queue, she pointed at a huge queue. And I was like, I've paid £35. She was like, I know, but like you've left. And bearing in mind, I didn't leave. I asked the bar, where can I go for a cigarette in the back bit? Because the back bit's not, there's like a back bit to this bar, if you've never been to Jumbie before. That was owned, like it's not normally open on like a normal day. Like I think there's only been one time before where I think it was after Gala I went and it was open. So like he was like, oh, there's that you can just stand outside there and have a cigarette. And then that's when I went to come back in, there were like £5 more. And I was just like, no. I was like, I'm going somewhere else. I was like, I'm not.
Did you actually not
Yeah,
go
I
back
left.
in?
I left. No fucking way was like, because they were gonna get like 35 extra pounds because there was
Yeah.
like 7 of us.
Shit.
And also, we hadn't even planned to go there anyway. So the fact that we had paid £35 was already quite a lot. Like,
That's
so,
actually
yeah.
a piss take.
Yeah, I was so annoyed.
Oi, Jumbie and Air France, count your fucking days, mate.
We're coming for you.
We're coming for you.
Okay, should we move on to pop topics then?
Yeah, let's do pop topics.
Okay, starting with Love is Blind UK is coming, guys.
Oh.
In 1 week's time, we are getting Love is Blind UK, which I'm so excited for because, last time we spoke about, like,
Sorry, there was a piece of
I
fluff.
thought you were waving to someone. I was like, who's that? Last time, a year ago, when it might have actually been one of our last episodes of the last season, we were speaking about the new series of Love is Blind America and like how there was those like American people. We're basically just saying how the whole thing is so American and like you couldn't imagine a British person. Literally after we recorded that episode, like 3 days later, they announced Love is Blind UK. I am so intrigued because it's either going to go one of two ways. British people are going to be so polite and it's going to be the most awkward thing ever. Or British people are going to be so blunt and it's going to be the most awkward thing ever.
It's going to be quite similar to the vibes of Married at First Sight because there's only like psychopaths that go on there.
Yeah, no, that's what I was on. I was on a podcast this morning called Reliable Source, speaking about the rise and fall of reality television. So if you want to listen to that, it's on BBC Sounds and stuff. But they were saying on that that the casting producers will have found like people who are freaks.
Absolutely. And I don't think it's very hard when they're all going to be a millennial. So it's like every other millennial is a bit of a freak.
Yeah, but I do think like the whole I feel like Americans are a lot more optimistic than British people. So Americans believe in the whole love is blind. Like my husband's behind the wall and I've never met him. Like the American dream.
They think that
Whereas
everyone
British
does it.
people are a bit more like,
No.
I was about to say realistic, but it's more pessimistic.
Yeah.
And they were but like, nah, it doesn't fucking exist.
Yeah.
I didn't really even like the premise of Love is Blind. I thought it was a really stupid idea as a reality
How tables have turned.
Yeah, because I thought it was a really stupid idea of a reality show because I'm like, this is just not realistic at all in any way, shape or form. However, I gave it another chance on the most recent season and it ate.
Things that aren't realistic are the most enjoyable to watch, though, aren't they? Because it's quite hilarious watching people believe that it is realistic.
Because the most recent one was that one with AP and Clay and was she called AD and Clay and was she called Chelsea?
Yeah.
Chelsea and Jimmy? I can't remember any of their names, but like the storylines were all so good. And it was so good because I feel like sometimes on like shows like Maths, it can feel a bit repetitive. Like it's a bit like, oh, it's like, or not repetitive, but like, no, repetitive, but like in the sense of like all the same couples are going through the same thing. Whereas I feel like on Love is Blind, like it was all like, one was like really strong, one was like not strong, one was like one person liked the other more than, so it was actually interesting to watch because it didn't feel like you were just watching the same storyline over and over again in every scene. But yeah, so that'll be next week's watch.
So, is the Olympics really about sport this year, or is it just a bunch of pop culture memes and people just chatting shit about it, really? And France being in a bit of an embarrassment because they have no organisation.
I watched the opening ceremony. It didn't feel very. Oh well, there's been all that fucking stuff. Have you seen the stuff with
The ball's out.
the what?
That guy with his balls out.
Yeah, I think so. And the Last Supper and all that people and all that kind of stuff. And Lawrence Fox as being offensive to drag queens again. You know, so Lawrence Fox. I don't actually know who he is. He's Billie Piper's ex-husband, but I don't know what his job is. And he tweet. You know how like a lot of like right-wing people say that drag queens are pedophiles and they're dangerous to children.
Oh, do they?
Like it's a huge rhetoric, especially in America, far more in America than here.
What's a drag? What's drag? What?
Like, because I don't know, and like it all started because like a drag queen did like a children's reading thing, and then when people wanted an excuse to be homophobic and all that phobic stuff, so they were just like, drag queens are so sexualized, they shouldn't be around children.
What the fuck?
Anyway, Lawrence Fox got sued because there's a drag queen in the UK called Crystal, and he tweeted. I can't remember the full story, but he tweeted either a picture of her or something that she was doing and called her a paedophile. And she sued him and won the court case, and he had to pay out so much money.
Oh, I love that.
And then there is a drag queen, a very famous drag queen in France called Nikki Doll, and Nikki Doll was in the whole opening ceremony and stuff. And the fucking Lawrence Fox guy tweeted again about them being pedophiles, and Nikki Doll just be like, "You're a fucking idiot. The lawyers are on the phone right now. See you in court." Like. It's just so it's so
such
draining conversation.
yeah.
Like it's just, and it's so annoying that like, especially a platform like Twitter now, it's such an echo chamber for those views, and there's that like the hate speech on Twitter is so not monitored and so not taken seriously because Elon Musk obviously bought it and fired like everyone, and there's no one there. It's like a no man's land. But it's actually fucked. Like even the stuff like Nigel Farage has been saying some like fucked shit on Twitter, and everyone's like, this is crazy that like there is a like one of the biggest social media apps in the world, and we have like an important political figure who is spouting like hate speech and conspiracy theories, like someone who's supposed to be like I mean, not to me personally, but you know, like a leader of of our country, and he's able to freely like spout conspiracy theories to people on one of the world's biggest platforms, and nothing's done about it. Like it's literally fucked. This country is so fucked up right now. But anyway, back to the Olympics. Sorry, that was
but yeah, there's been like quite a few mistakes. So, for example, they put North Korea's flag for South Korea.
Oh, that's bad.
Yeah, it's giving Trump. Biden calling Kamala Harris Trump, Kamala Harris. And they also, what else? Obviously, that guy had his balls out in the, that was pretty fucked, to be fair. What else happened? But anyways, it's been like a bit of a spectacle. But what I am enjoying is actually people enjoying the sports. Like I've been so there for like the gymnastics. I mean, I used to do gymnastics, so like
really,
I used to coach gymnastics as well. I've done it for like 18 years.
I never knew that about you.
Really?
No.
Oh my god.
I've never seen you do a roundhouse, cartwheel.
That's a fucking lie. Because what was I doing in Ibiza?
Oh yeah, no, that's true. I have seen you do cartwheels.
A roundhouse.
I love roundhouses.
What's a roundhouse?
Like when you like start in a cartwheel and then like land it on both feet.
Oh,
is that not a roundhouse?
Round off.
Oh, round off. Sorry.
Yeah,
roundhouse.
But yeah, no, it's really, really good. And today I watched a video of did you see the Turkish shooter?
Turkish
like
what?
shooting stuff.
Oh,
in
shooter.
in the
I thought you
Olympics?
said suitor.
No.
And I was like, what? No.
So basically, they have like all this like special equipment when like people are doing like the shooting like with guns and stuff, and you have people like with like a special eye thing on, and like one eye will be like blurred. It's like so one eye's blurred out and one eye's focused,
Right.
Or like special headgears and special this and all of that bullshit. But this Turkish, like, he's like in his 40s. He was just literally wearing his glasses, no headgear, nothing. One hand in his pocket, one hand like this, like holding the gun, like just literally looking like he was gonna like shoot at a range or something. No headphones on either, and literally one got silver medal.
That's crazy.
That's so cool, isn't it? But yeah, I'm really enjoying all the memes and everything as well.
The only stuff I've seen is I saw Simone Biles landed like a really hard jump or something. And
Yeah, she done a triple twist.
yeah, I saw that.
And Suni, that Suni girl.
Oh, I haven't seen that.
Oh my god, the girls are just so like, I don't know. I don't know if it's like. I don't know. You can tell me what you think,
Okay.
right? But growing up, when I done gymnastics, there was no one that I really looked up to, and I was like, oh my god, like you're so cool, you're so like relatable, like me, especially from like the UK. Like they're all like white women that just look like all they done was gymnastics. Like,
Yeah.
I'm not saying like to be women you have to like do loads of like beauty things, but for me,
Yeah.
it's like relatable to see.
Yeah, no, yeah.
But the girls that are like the American ones, especially, like they've got like the lashes, like they look like hair done like to a T, like they just look like one of me.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Like it's like like I could sit and have a convo with you. We'd have stuff in common.
Exactly. And this is what like the women's gymnastics team, like American gymnastics team is like. They're like, all of them are just like so cool looking. Especially that Sunni girl. Have you seen her?
No.
I'll put her on my my Instagram stories.
But I want to know, like, I want someone to tell me what I should be watching. Like, I tried to Google. I was like, what event should I like tune in for? Because I can't sit. I'm sorry, I can't sit there and watch sports all day. On
I
the
think just
BBC
catch
coverage.
up though, because there's so many like parts that are really really good. And like I like it when people like do like TikToks and commentate on it. Like there was this guy, and it was he like it's like specializes in the pommel, so like he only does the pommel horse, and like there was a video and it was like pommel horse is like so Brat Summer because like I don't know the guy that was commentating it was just so fucking hilarious.
I want to because if someone was like, oh my god, like, but I feel like you don't know it because the moments happen like not by chance, but by like, it's not like a planned thing.
Exactly.
So it's like if someone was like, oh, like this race is gonna, like, you know, in tennis when it's like a face off between like two really like, oh, you should watch this match.
Yeah.
So it's like you would tune in, but like I can't, like I don't have interest in any of these things these people are doing to sit and watch all day.
Yeah, I think like maybe sprinting would be good to watch.
And oh my god, did you see Alex Cooper? Also, wait, first of all, did you see Fred Syriacs from First Takes? His daughter
Does swimming?
yeah, and like he was like interviewing her like after the
Wait, is she in the Olympics?
yeah.
Fuck. So wait, she's from Peckham, innit?
Is she? Oh,
She
all
must
right, yeah,
be.
of course, yeah. And he was he's interviewing her after, or like him and someone else interviewing her. And when the other girl was speaking, he was like, "I'm so proud of you." Like,
Oh, is she competing for
I don't
France?
know.
Or?
I don't know what team. The only thing I saw was the clip of him being like, "You did so well." So
And
I don't know
Snoop
the
Dogg was
context.
there as well.
Yeah, and what I was gonna say was because that reminded me, Alex Cooper is doing the American coverage. Like she's the host and she's the like Peacock correspondent for the Olympics this year. And allegedly, when Spotify are going to have to like buy her back from Peacock, she's gonna have a $100 million payday.
Excuse me.
That is $1/10 billion.
That is mental.
Allegedly, that's what's been reported.
She's in her bag.
Right?
No,
Like,
that's
literally from
crazy.
starting a fucking podcast called Call Her Daddy, and now
Yeah.
she's getting a $100 million, not net worth, payday.
That's mental. That's mental.
Yeah.
Well, big up her, innit? Fucking hell, man. I need to step up my game.
Yeah, but she's not even she's not even a good interviewer. Like her interviews annoy me so much.
Really?
I actually like her as a person, and I follow her on Instagram because I think her career is very impressive. I think she's a very smart individual. I think the way she's navigated the industry is extremely impressive. But I just don't think. I think she just doesn't have the like spark she used to. Like I watched her ones with Rob and Leah from Love Island USA, and it's just like, "Ugh, you're not asking the questions I want to know.
Yeah.
Like we are spending too much time on irrelevant shit. Like get to the stuff. Like, but I mean, hey, she's getting a $100 million payday, and I'm sat here, so maybe let's not throw stones in glass houses. But yeah, but I'm worried that I'm wasting time not watching Olympics because it's going to be over soon, and then I'm going to be like, oh, that's it for 4 years. I should maybe tune into more. But
I have a couple conspiracies about it anyway.
oh.
Would you like to hear?
Okay. It's a conspiracy theory podcast.
Sorry, I just have to. Like, that's my bit right now. But I honestly think that all the mistakes are so planned.
Really?
Yeah, because I just don't think that...
But for what reason? Just to get attention?
Just to get attention, simply. Because no one is talking about the Olympics. I know, like, social media has changed simply in the past, like, 3 years to do with TikTok and everything. But... France is way too smart. There are way too many people in every single fucking department, down to the flags and to what should be shown on TV, for them to be getting things like that wrong. Like things like having balls out, come on. You can't feel a breeze on your balls. Let's be real right now. Because they could even be fake balls in there. maybe a bit too far. But I honestly think that it's all planned out. Like, I would not be surprised.
Well,
we will never know.
We'll never know.
But let me know if you agree.
Sound off in the comments down below.
Yeah.
Anyway, final pop topic. As at the end of Brat Summer.
Please.
Do we need to put Brat Summer to rest?
I'm sick of hearing fucking Apple songs.
Just like any other trend that starts in a niche internet community and gets into the wrong people's hands, Brat Summer has been commercialized, has been urban, like... the problem is it's such like a non-trademarky, easy to like adapt to anything sort of way. Like it's just a color that anyone can use and a font anyone can use. Do you know what I mean? Like it's not like anything crazy.
But that's why we found it funny at first.
Yeah.
Like as Gen Zs, because we were just going back to the old like what's it called? You know, the art thing on like
Paint.
Yeah, like Paint and stuff. You know, like on Microsoft.
Yeah, but like Urban Outfitters done it, as we've all seen. Kamala Harris has
Urban Outfitters.
Not wearing Urban Outfitters. Like Urban Outfitters is like done like your Brat Summer collection. Spotify did a Brat the Spotify official account did a Brat Summer playlist. One song from Brat, one song, and the rest of the songs was like Espresso, Sabrina Carpenter, Birds of a Feather, Billie Eilish.
How are you supposed to be Brat to Billie Eilish? Be fucking for real.
And everyone's like, okay, too far now. And I think the cherry on the cake for me, what was like, I can't anymore. This is not like a part of something I can be involved in, was the fact that they were doing the Apple dance on Lorraine. Lorraine!
They need to stop involving themselves in that shit.
Go listen to ABBA.
Yeah.
This isn't
Facts.
for you. You've ruined it. And I'm all not for like, you know, when like it's like, oh, like something's not cool anymore where just because other people care. This is not this to me. Like this is like people not understanding the joke or like not understanding the whole like ethos and backstory behind it and just jumping on because it's like, oh, we don't know what to speak about today, so let's just speak about this. Like, it's just like lame.
What does Brat Summer mean?
Well, it's just, Brat Summer. Well, I mean, obviously, as we all know, it started from the album Brat, and then Charlie XCX was on. I'm pretty sure it was sidetracked. I'm pretty sure this was the first time and it was like, what is the essence of Brat Summer? And she was just like, Brat Summer is like a white strappy vest top and a faulty lighter. She's like, it's just like a vibe. Like she's like, that's just what it is. And everybody was like, oh, I'm having Brat Summer.
Okay.
And then obviously the music's good. It's like the peak of her career. It helped that there was like then a viral TikTok dance. And obviously Charlie XCX is an extremely well-connected individual. Like she's best friends with a lot of cool people. So as soon as like people like society deemed as cool was in the music videos and doing the dance on TikTok, it was like, oh, Brat Summer's cool. This is a cool thing. Let's do that. And then obviously as a trickle down effect happens for any sort of trend or anything, it's gotten into the wrong hands.
Yeah.
And now it's deemed uncool. And not to be a hater, not to be like that bitch who like, oh, things are cool until the uncool people do it, so now they're uncool. But Brat Summer's uncool.
No, because the thing is like when I think of Brat Summer, it's that, but also like things that not people on Lorraine don't fucking do.
Bumping like she like literally one of the songs is should we have a little key, should we do a little line?
Yeah.
Like that's not what
Like,
Lorraine.
I'm just thinking about like drugs, jail, and
yeah. Well, also there's someone saw a tweet like when Charlie XCX was doing one of her boiler room sets. I'm pretty sure it was her boyfriend gave her something, and she went under the table and came back and went under the DJ deck and came back up and like gave it back to him like that. People are saying it's a cigarette. People are saying it's a bag of cocaine. Who actually knows what it is because you can't really tell.
Right.
And then she was like wiping her nose and stuff during the DJ set. And like there was like a viral tweet with like 100,000 likes, people of someone quote tweeting it, being like, oh, I didn't realize we were actually bumping that. And it's like, then it's not for you.
Have you seen Charlie XCX, mind you?
Yeah, she's crazy.
Yeah.
She's crazy. Anyway, yeah, Brat Summer's over, which is a shame. It's not over. I still like the music and stuff, but like, let's have a Y2K Summer. Ice Spice's new album. Have you listened to it?
No.
This is such a. It's not good. But there's one good song I like on it I think it's called Poppin or It's Popa. I'm assuming it's pronounced Popper.
Oh, okay.
And it's really good. The Travis Scott feature's really bad.
Really?
The Travis Scott song, and like it's very like lots of Miss Poopy shit. I'm the shit references again
Oh,
on
Miss
all the
Poopy.
songs. Like he called me his poopy, but I don't stink. Like
What are you even saying there?
it's kind of like annoying because when she first came out, it was like funny and it was like a way to like pull everyone in, but she's actually very talented and she could have, when someone like overuses the same joke so many times, it's like you could have like done more with this.
That's a label though, isn't it?
I don't know if it's
It
her
has
or
to be.
not.
I doubt she has any control.
But everyone's going crazy because Pitchfork, who's like a critic, like well, highly respected music critic site, she has like one of the highest like the album got given like one of the highest scores, like higher than Megan's album, Doja Cat's album, like all the stuff. Everyone's like, this is such a piss take. Like this is just like clickbait. Like there's no way you can think this album's better than like all these other rap albums. Like,
let's get into Love Island. Is it the rise or is it the fall?
this year's finished. Mimi and Josh were our winners. Does that surprise you? I wish I put a bet on. I so almost put a bet on. I'm so annoyed I
Really?
didn't.
What? How much money would you?
I saw.
Wait, why am I thinking like you're gonna go to like Betfred or something?
No, online. Like, but I saw a girl. I was gonna think. I thought 2 days ago. I was like, I think Mimi and Josh could like be like the surprise winners. And but I saw a girl. She went to put a bet on 3 hours before, and if she bet 500 quid, her winnings were like 1.7k. Well, obviously, so like she would have won. Fuck, I'm not good at this. 1.2k. So she would have her take home would have been 1.2k.
That's so good.
But
Shame.
anyway, Mimi and Josh won. Nicole and Kieran were runners up. Matilda and Sean were third, and Io and Jessica were fourth place, with Jessie and Joey dumped the night before the final by the opposite of a public, a jury vote from past Islanders.
Oh, from the past Islanders.
Yeah.
So just a bit back to where I actually like missed out on like basically all the last episodes. 'Cause I was in Ivory Coast at the time and had no VPN.
So it was pretty. To be fair, the last week was pretty hard. Viewing's the wrong word because it wasn't like. I feel like what I'm thinking of like what was hard viewing for me was, remember when Tasha from Series 8 was like literally getting bullied by those boys and like were like they like
Tasha Corey?
Yeah. Like that was like uncomfortable viewing. Like I didn't really like it. Like I feel like because Mimi had Josh and Josh was giving it back like 10 times harder and like eating the boys up and like showing them all their contradictions, it like at least there was a bit of satisfaction's the wrong word, but like they were getting like their own back on them. Whereas I feel like sometimes on Love Island, especially with like people like Tasha, it was just like there was no one defending her, and it was just like a bit like this is horrible. Sean and Joey were just constantly at Mimi, Io, Jessica, and Josh's throats.
About what?
It was just constant, like, because in the last week they do all their challenges, like rank them from like rank who you think the public think is the most annoying, rank who you think the public is the least compatible, rank who you think the public think is the least genuine. And it was just like everything. They were like, well, Mimi, you wanted to get back with Io and like you were sat on the terrace seductively, like all that stuff. And it's just like, shut up. Like, why are you so bothered about them? I literally cannot stand Joey Essex.
Yeah. I don't think that Mimi and Josh should have won. No, I love the fact that they won.
Right.
But I don't think that like, I think it's more Josh. Mimi, yes. But I think that Io and Jess should have won.
Interesting.
Yeah.
I
don't think they were like.
The only reason it was like a sweet victory for me that Mimi and Josh won is that Joey and Sean thought they were the shit the whole entire series, and then Joey got dumped before the final. Sean and Matilda came fucking third, and then Mimi and Josh, the people who they've been like, you're fake, you're this, you're that, then take home the 50k. Like that was for me. It was like the Amber and Greg sort of thing. Like it was like a nice win for me because it was like a fuck you to the people who've been like annoying them all series.
Yeah. From the perspective of like not being tapped into like the last few episodes,
you were a bit like, I could see how it would be quite a shock that they won.
Yeah. I was just like, how has this all turned around? Because I just think that there was people that, like, in terms of what the premise of the show, like there was people that were way more compatible than them.
But I also don't necessarily think
Not compatible. Sorry, like we're more that we're a stronger couple.
Yeah, like further on in there.
Yeah.
I also don't necessarily think, obviously, it is Love Island and it is about finding love, but to me personally, I don't vote based on that. Like, I don't think like, oh, the strongest couple ever should win. Like, it's not to me. I know it's like, but it's what the show is about on paper. But if you've ever watched a series of Love Island, you know that's not actually what the show is about. Do you know what I mean? Like, if it was so focused on love and so
Maybe it's you that's ruining the show then.
no, it's. I mean, we'll get onto it. Actually, well, so this year's Love Island final was watched by 1.1. Sorry, guys. This year's Love Island final was watched by 1.1 million people, and the overall series average of this season is on par with last summer. So the same amount of like retention, which is, I think, doesn't surprise me, because I think Love Island sticks to a format and it's like a sense of familiarity for people to come back and watch the same thing. Like, you know, you could drop off for a few episodes and come back and or you can miss a season and come back the following season and it's the same sort of thing. Unlike some other reality shows, when they see the ratings drop, they like start fucking like throwing everything at the wall and stuff and like trying to be like crazy and pull like crazy PR stunts. I feel like Love Island doesn't really do that. Like, even though it's like, what, the 8th time they did Casa Amor, they still didn't change anything about it. It was the same kind of thing. I think the real fucking issue with this series was Joey Essex.
Yes, absolutely.
As soon as he walked into the villa, it completely changed the tone of the whole series. Because I mean, we kind of said it on the podcast before about how it makes you more hyper aware that you're on a television show when someone who's known for reality TV is constantly living with you 24/7. But also, he has come off the show and said on interviews, I saw this morning, that he was like, yeah, I didn't take any of this seriously. Like, none of this was real to me. And then you could see him like be like, oh fuck. Obviously this Jesse stuff was real.
Yeah,
like,
I was about to just ask you about that. Like, did he say anything about Jesse?
He would be like, oh, obviously the Jesse stuff was real, but like he was like, when I was having like the conversations with Mimi, when I was like saying like the Josh stuff, when I was saying the stuff about the secret mission, like he was like, this wasn't real life to me. And he was like, the people would get upset over it, and I was like, why are you getting upset? This isn't real, this is television. And he like even referred to it, he was like, when I finished my scene, he like used the word scene, and it was just like, oh god, this is why people like you shouldn't be on. Because okay, yeah, while all those other people do know that they're on television, obviously they've got a fucking mic pack on them 24/7. They don't, like, they still believe in all this stuff. Like, they still...
It's their first experience in being on television. So, like, it's not like they've had, you know, they probably settle into it a bit more.
It's just an unfair playing ground for... It annoyed me that, like, I don't necessarily know if I felt like he was being protected by producers. Because, I mean, they literally dumped him. He was fuming, and they asked him in the interview as well. They were like, "Oh, how did you feel? Like, did you have a word with the producers or anything when you came out?" He was like, "Yeah." He was like, "What the?" He said to the producers, "What the fuck was that dumping?" He was like, "You could have done it in any other way." And I was like,
finally, he got humbled and humiliated.
And it was like, no, if you come on the show, like you're the same as everyone else. Like you'll be dealt with like everyone else.
The main thing that's on my mind about him is like the £700,000 he owes in tax.
Oh really? I didn't know that. But it's so funny. It's like he has gained something like 50,000 followers from doing this, and it's like, was this worth it? Was this worth it, Joey Essex?
It's only gained 50,000.
Well, because he already had 1.8 million, and like people who watch Towie are probably the same people who watch Love Island. Like anyone who would care to follow him probably already followed him anyway. He's the most famous reality TV personality, in my opinion, out of the UK. Like Americans know who he is. Like.
Yeah. He's been in the game for a fucking while.
Yeah, like anybody who like watched Love Island watches probably other reality TV and knows who he is and would already follow him if they cared to follow him. But the followers are so down. What's Mimi on now? Nicole only hit 100,000 on the final week.
Nicole, really?
Yeah. And bearing in mind, she's been in there from day one, being voted the most compatible couple on a vote, like out of everyone, like was a fan favorite.
And she's a bit of a meme as well. With that, ooh, Emma.
Mimi's on 500k.
What's Nicole on? No.
Oh, good point. I think Uma's still the most followed with... Uma's got 700k. That's crazy. Uma's the most followed to me. Nicole is on 200k. She's just hit 200k.
Oh, bless.
I mean, I find it interesting. I'm like, Obviously, they still will be able to be influencers and stuff, but like, it's like, is it even worth it anymore?
No, but at least Nicole actually got a man out of it.
For now.
Oh God, she's not gonna be okay.
Like,
I'm scared, worried.
Even like, I think they are well suited, but like, even, I mean, realistically, most relationships that you get into at the age of 21 on paper don't last forever. Obviously, there are, I mean, technically, Molly May and Tommy were the same age, and look at them, but it's like, statistically, like, couples on Love Island don't last anyway, so it's like, it's not like they come off and say, oh well, most of them last anyway, so maybe they will. It's like most of them break up realistically, which obviously it makes sense that most of them breaks up because you're in an environment where you only have 10 people to choose from. You're statistically, out of 8 billion people in the world, you're not going to find a long-term partner out of 10 people producers have pre-picked for you. Like,
no, facts. I do hope that Nicole is able to get like the support that she needs after, though, because it's not going to be easy if that's how she was acting when there was only a select amount of people in the villas.
Yeah.
You know?
Okay. I wanted to speak about how I think Love Island could have done better this season and what for next season they can do to make it better. Number one is that for this season specifically, they fucked up so bad on the voting. And I think it's because everybody who's young nowadays watches like Love Island mainly on like TikTok and stuff. Like, they don't actually go and sit down and watch the episodes. Not most, but obviously a lot of people. So for example, when they dumped Harriet and Ronnie got less votes than Connor and Grace. Like, I literally still don't understand how that was possible. But it's because the majority of voters are like the Facebook mums. Because young people aren't asked to vote / aren't watching live, so don't know when the vote is open. I think they need to fix it with more islanders choose which other islanders go.
Yeah, because that creates drama.
And that also, like, you're more... So I think a lot of why Love Island's gotten a bit boring nowadays is because people are so conscious of what the public are thinking of them, and that there's going to be a public vote at any time, and they want to be in a strong couple and stay in... like the same couple and not cause any drama so people like them. But the dynamics completely change if now all of a sudden the fate is in the hands of the people that you're living with. Because you don't want to be like the quiet one who doesn't do anything and sticks to himself, because you're not going to create bonds with... Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And then it becomes so much more about like friendships and like the tensions that like lie between people and all that kind of stuff. Like, could you imagine if like Harriet and the OG Jess were stood up and like they had to vote on which one to stay? Like, the drama that would have come. Like, we need more voting situations where, because obviously, you get the time where it's like the islanders can choose who go out of the bottom people, but you know who they're going to pick anyway, because it's always like the newbies who go. But I just like, I feel like it would be more interesting. And I think so ever since I started watching Love Island USA, Ariana, who's the host over there, she is a lot more of the recouplings than Maya is. And I really think we need Maya a lot more recouplings. Because
she's baddie, innit?
Yeah, and Ariana will be there, and she'll, like, someone will do something shocking, and she'll be like, oh, wait, you guys were coupled up. Like, how do you feel that you weren't chosen just now? And she'll be like, well, I'm fucking pissed off. And the guy will be like, well, I told you this earlier. And she's like, you never told me that.
Yeah.
And then they're having fights at recoupling.
Yeah,
like,
that's left too much to their own devices, and that is such a good point, because I think if there was more control, like there was actually like a proper TV show where you had the host that was there. I feel like Maya was not even there every single week. She should have been there at least twice.
I think she did one recoupling, Casa Amor, and the Beach Club. I think that might be it.
That's ridiculous.
For 8 weeks.
That's ridiculous. She should be there at least every week.
Yeah.
To like have a bit of, and like regroup everyone. Because you know, like, even on other shows, you have like even like Love is Blind and stuff, you just have that I think the presence is so important of it being a proper TV show and being a bit of order there as well.
And you need, well, 2 things actually. You need, number one, you need someone like out of a situation to be like almost like a mediator.
Exactly.
Because it's like, it's all good one thing producers telling Matilda, go ask Grace how she thought about this. But like, she's just going to like sit there and have a casual chat. But also number 2 is when Maya is in the villa, the islanders know that this part is going to be televised. The islanders know whatever is said around here when Maya's here. Obviously, this is making it to the cut on TV. People are going to act the fuck out to make sure they're getting their screen time and stuff. And could you just like imagine if we had Maya there asking questions in the recoupling where like Ronnie chose Tiffany over Harriet, Harriet would have popped the fuck off at Ronnie and Tiffany. Like, it would have just, I have always been of like a person who's like, Love Island doesn't really need a host. Like, it's not that type of show. But since watching the most recent series of US and seeing how well Ariana does it, I'm like, no, a host is so fucking important to the show.
I think that there should be more games like that.
Yeah.
There was like, how many games were there? Like 2 or 3?
Yeah, if like, and all the games were like around the fire pit in the evening. Like, there was no like in the USA, because I know they've stopped doing in the UK the tweet challenge and the headline challenge because of like just like mental health. But the USA do good games in the sense of like, so you know how like they used to do like sexy fireman like down the pole and then he has to choose the girl he fancies the most to kiss. But in the middle between the pole and that, they would like pick up a question and be like, who's the snakiest islander? And it's like they had to like drop like a bag on them or something. So it's like you can still cause drama through ways like that, which isn't like, read this hate tweet about you.
Yeah. I feel like also like Love Island is trying to like, because they've had to change so much because of obviously all the mental health issues that has come out of it. I think that they're trying to get back on their feet. So, like, it's like a bit of trials and tribulations at the moment. Like, they haven't properly figured out, like, a right system for it. I hope that next year, with the right cast and everything, they actually, like, look at people's tweets and, like, people's thoughts and they listen to this podcast as well. And then, yeah, they've, like, kind of got it. But I think they're on the road to doing something good.
Yeah. I think the thing is, the start of this year was, like, it felt like a step up. Like, it felt good, and it felt like they were casting people who were meant to be on reality TV. I feel like for the past few years, they've casted like quite like safe people. Like, I don't think the likes of like Olivia Attwood and Anna Vakili would get cast on Love Island nowadays.
Really?
I think ITV2 would look at them and go, no, they're too much. We wouldn't want them on like a show like Love Island. Whereas, like, they want to cast more like brand safe people and people who they can like. Do you know what I mean? Whereas again, not to reference Love Island USA again, it's just because I'm watching it, but Love Island USA casted people who did not give a fuck. Like, they don't give a fuck. And also they casted people like Leah, Serena, Janae, Rob, even Aaron, even Liv. Like, they're all people who have that fiery personality who are supposed to be on reality television and will say it how it is.
I think that last year they had that Tyreek. He was pretty rogue.
Yeah, he was good for reality.
He was good. Mitch is still like, he's like he's stupid, but he's like a safe guy. He's like the Sean, you know.
But to me, someone like Mitch, it's calculated mess, and I don't enjoy. It's a bit like almost like Joey Essex. It's like you're doing this for a reaction to get airtime. Whereas someone like Tyreek just genuinely has a personality that rubs people the wrong way, which is. As much as I was on his fucking neck on my Twitter account during when the series was airing, it's like OG Jess from this year. It's like a necessary evil that you need on a reality show. You need an antagonist who's gonna, because if you liked everybody, then it's a fucking boring show. Because you need to be able to take a side. The other thing that they need to fucking get rid of is Casa Amor. I'm sorry.
No, why?
It's or they need to change Casa Amor because.
Can't get rid of that. It's the wildest thing I think.
People go to Casa Amor. Right, let's use Sean as an example. He goes to Casa Amor. He knows now the format. He knows how it happens. He knows that he can kiss these girls and not bring them back, and then they just get pushed away. And then he's stuck in the villa with Matilda, and Matilda's going to forgive him anyway. Like, it's so done. The formula's so done so many times. People know how it goes down.
They need to switch it up, but definitely not get rid of it.
But, like, it's just like, it then sort of just makes it such a non-event. And then they show the clips on movie night again, and it's just like, well, that was 2 weeks ago now. No, we've moved on from that. Like, I'm not going to get annoyed at it again. Could you fucking imagine if they did Casa Amor, and then instead of the normal recoupling, they get a text, and it's like, surprise, you're all actually moving in together. Yeah. There's no recoupling. You're all making it into the main villa.
Oh,
like they need...
That would be so much better. And then just started dropping them off like flies.
Or I really liked at the start of the series where they did the sleepover thing. And remember, like, Tiffany, Grace, and who was the other bombshell? I can't even remember who the third one was. But they got to pick someone to go, and like Tiffany picked Ronnie, and Joey and Grace picked Joey, and they all got to go for 24 hours away. And everyone else was stuck at the villa. Like, what the fuck?
Yeah, I forgot about that.
Imagine if like they were like halfway through the series, they got a text, and it was like, blah de blah and blah de blah. well, X and Y are waiting for you at the sleepover club. Pack your bags and say your goodbyes for 24 hours.
Yeah, yeah,
And it was
yeah.
just like imagine Kieran got that like halfway through the
We need
series.
to get you on the producers.
For
babe.
real, but also like I feel like I wouldn't actually be that good. Like I feel like there's like logistical things with what I'm saying that I wouldn't think about that. It's
Yeah.
actually wrong with what I'm saying. It's so easy for me to sit here and be like, do this and do
If there's
that.
any points that you can think of that like logistically do not make sense, I would love to know, because I love to hear like
The insides of TV.
yeah, and just like any points where you think that, not that you personally disagree, but you actually think, oh, this wouldn't work because X, Y, and Z.
Yeah,
Do you know what I
yeah,
mean?
yeah.
Like, I actually want to hear people's other people's perspectives.
Because like I was watching Tiffany live this morning. She said that when it rains in the villa, they have to sit inside in separate rooms and not speak because they can't film outside. She said on one of the days it rained for 7 hours. The girls had to sit in the dressing room in silence for 7 hours. She was
That's
like,
evil.
She was like, we were going insane. Like, actually, maybe not silence. I may be wrong, but they couldn't speak about anything to do with their relationships or anyone else in the villa. So like, they would have had to be like playing a game like I Spy or something
That is so
for
shit.
7 hours in that bright orange,
No.
bright lighting
You
dressing room.
cannot. I would honestly rather do like the heart rate challenge than have to sit in silence for 7 hours, or like not do anything for 7 hours.
It's insane, the stuff. And like things like, but that's just what reminded me, like things like the insides of all that kind of stuff. But yeah, my main things that I would be like, they would need to change for next season is, my top 3 things would be like more Maya, more like, and she needs to be there for every like evening recoupling. She should be there. Number 2 would be they need to go back to casting reality television personalities, and number 3 would be they need to change Casa Amor to something else. And I genuinely think that the show would do, because that was the vibe it was kind of giving at the start. And also no more like surprise, like you're here for two, like the guy who got dumped after 24 hours. Like that's just cruel.
Yeah, that was
Like
mean.
there's no need for that. Like
Wait, who got dumped after 20?
that Sam guy with the mullet. When he
Yeah, that
like,
was fucking
that's
evil.
genuinely not necessary.
Especially coming like first person on the show.
like you don't like what was the purpose? Like okay, like
What a waste of their like producers' time though as well.
so dumb. Did you know Uma said that Uma and Harriet were supposed to be the other way around? Uma was originally supposed to be in the OG lineup, and Harriet was supposed to come in when Uma came in.
Oh, really?
But Uma had a family emergency, which meant she couldn't fly out for the first few days. So
Oh, they really wanted her on there.
so then they were like, okay, it's fine, we'll put you in as a bombshell. And they were like to Harriet, you're no longer a bombshell, you're going in. And like they were like 12 hours before they were going in. They were like, you're an OG
fuck
now.
that.
That's crazy. But
Wait,
I don't.
who's Harriet again?
The hair one with Ronnie.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. More people like her. Oh my god, wait, actually, do you know what was the most insane thing which you wouldn't have seen? In the part where they had to vote off when they voted off Joey and Jesse, Samantha, you know, the first girl with Joey, she was like, oh, like, I felt like he had a game plan this whole time. I was just a part of a pawn. He never really liked me, da-da-da-da. And to me, like, you shouldn't be in the final if you're playing with people's emotions and not here for serious reasons.
Period, yeah.
She fucking ate him up. He turned around and was like, you've gotten the wrong end of the stick here. We were always a friendship couple. She was like, what? Like, you're lying. He was like, no. Like, I'm sorry if you thought that was something more, but like, I was very.
He's a cunt.
He was
No,
like, I
he's
was very.
actually an
He was like,
asshole.
I was very clear to you that I did not like you like that, and this was a friendship couple. She was like, we went on a date, and you said we're the strongest couple in here. He was like, yeah, it's a friendship couple. I was like, oh my god, this man is gaslighting.
No, that's
so
so
bad.
crazy. Can you imagine what Grace had to go through when he just randomly cut her off? I can imagine he's such an asshole.
Yeah, she got such a lucky escape.
Poor Jessie.
Yeah, although she was kind of being annoying with the whole thing. You know, when it's just like I get her and Matilda.
Her
it's-
on movie night even.
I get her and Matilda. It's like, oh, it's like a long day when your boyfriend's annoying. Well, I mean, I wouldn't get in a relationship with someone like that anyway. But like, I mean, it speaks about your personalities if you can get on with someone like that. Because I physically wouldn't be able to be in a room with someone like that. Like, but it's like I do get what you mean when someone like a boyfriend or a best friend's doing something annoying, and it's like. You're not being annoying enough to like completely fall out with, so it's like, but it's just like it was really like annoying behavior the way that they would like defend. Like she would try and be like to Mimi like, no, like I don't think he meant it like that, and it's like shut up,
Yeah,
like.
just stay out of it.
Yeah.
Because you're actually just embarrassing yourself.
Also, what the fuck happened to the budget of this season?
Oh god.
Because I know everyone's like they spent it all on Joey Essex. I don't know. This is all allegedly from what I've heard from inside. Well, I know for a fact that he wasn't paid to go on. He went on for free, or not free, but whatever. Everyone else gets paid for their like weekly thing to cover their rents at home. But this part's alleged that he has begged since series 8 to go on. Not begged, obviously,
Yeah,
but
I saw that.
been asking producers, oh, like, would you be interested in me coming on? Begging's so the wrong word. He wasn't turning up to ITV studios like, please. But apparently he was like, his management had been emailing asking for him to go on since series 8. So I don't think him going on was more for him wanting it rather than ITV wanting it. But sorry, what was I saying? Oh, the people were saying the budget all went on Joey. But like, what the fuck? There was no final dates. There was no like, you know how like usually,
yeah.
And then during the final, like usually like it's like a dance teacher comes in and they do like the salsa dancing and all that kind of stuff. They literally just sat around the fire pit eating picky bits.
That's so bad.
It's like, where did the budget go?
No, honestly. But yeah, that's the end of Love Island for this year.
But Love Island USA comes to it sounds like I'm doing an ad. Love Island USA comes to ITVB on Monday, the Monday of the first Monday of August. I don't know what day that is.
Oh, that's great because that means everyone's going to be watching it.
Yeah, I am almost at the end of it because I want to. Thing about me is like I can watch Love Island nightly one by one when I know like it's happening live and like there's no option. But the fact that like I know it's finished, it's like no, I just want to binge this now. Like I can't wait and sit.
And is
on
it good, as good as you thought?
Guys. So for the first week, I was like, oh my God, this is just Americans being fucking annoying. Like this is not good. This is so American and so cringy. You wait until I'm not going to say any spoilers, but you have to give it a chance until. If like you have to get at least I would say to episode 10, and if you're like that far in and you're like this is too American and shit for me, tap out. But I was really like the first few episodes struggling like these people are crazy saying that this is the best series ever, like this is not good. It is so I'm not gonna spoil anything, but it is just so good. Serena, Janae, and Leah are fucking icons. And sorry, I just remembered this that I wanted to bring up today. You know how in our last episode we were like, if you go on Love Island, you're not the type of person who can dress. There's the girl who blew up on Love Island. She's got like 2.5 million. She's been on cancelled podcasts, Call Her Daddy, like all that kind of stuff. She's like,
what's her name?
Leah.
Okay.
She had that shit on. She could dress. She
Really?
had on.
Is she really pretty?
Yeah, she is pretty. Yeah. She's Persian.
Oh, okay.
She had on like the 2006 vintage Cavalli. She had on Fancy Club. She had on Gimme Gua. She had it on. I was like, okay. She like I take everything back I said, being like, oh, the type of person on Love Island isn't the type of person who'd be interested in that kind of stuff anyway, because her outfits slap. But I will say, also she used to date Kanye West.
Kanye West? Shit, how old is she?
I actually know how old she is.
Wait, these Bottegas are amazing.
She's always wearing Bottega heels on it. Really? And like on one of the nights she comes down and the guy goes, I love your shoes, and she goes, thanks, they're Bottega. And he's like, what the hell's a Bottega? But it's really good. Okay. So watch it all when it comes to ITVB. And I had a few people commenting on my TikTok being like, where are you watching this? Where are you watching this? Where are you watching this? I cannot endorse the site I watch it because it's not legal. And it may have given my computer viruses. We're yet to find out. So I don't want to be the responsible one. Look at the Lewys gave me a virus for telling me to watch Love Island USA here. That is not my responsibility. But I'm sure if you just search "Watch Love Island USA Series 6" for free, you'll find it. It's an illegal streaming site, basically.
Listen, please just start Googling. What happened to Googling instead of asking questions? That is actually, something that really gets on my nerves. Like people be like, who is, or it does actually help me sometimes because it stops me from having to Google things. But like when people are doing it on like, I'm just like, because then I seem mean for not answering the question, but I'm like, come on.
No, I replied to someone. I was like, I can't say where, but just search Love Island USA on Google. Like I replied like that, like
as easy as that.
So yeah, if no one fucking come for me. No, if you get a virus, because this is your pre-warning. I'm not saying it's a safe site.
He's gatekeeping a virus from you.
I'm doing a good thing. I'm here for society. Anyway, the one thing I hate about Love Island USA is the villa, though. The villa's really ugly and annoying. And also the other...
They're in Fiji, though.
The other thing that's really annoying is that they say about everything, is crazy.
The what?
It like they everything like every episode there's like 5 different people who say like for example they'll be in a conversation and one girl will be like, he said that he wasn't interested in me, and the other girl will be like, wasn't interested is crazy. They say is crazy about everything.
Really?
It's like, oh, and it's in that American elongated accent is crazy.
What's that Mimi saying? Do you know what I mean?
Do you know what I mean? Oh, what was Jess? Jess had one as well. Ours was say swear, and Jess would always Jess always goes, is it?
Really?
Is it? when he was like, oh, I want to be exclusive. She went, is it? I like Jess. I'm sorry.
I like Jess as well.
Give her a follow, guys.
Yeah.
Get her a little deal. Anyway, what's poppin'?
Yeah.
I don't know even what. I guess I've already said my things. Watch Love Island USA when it comes to ITVB, and the Ice Spice song, Popper.
I did go to the ASOS showroom yesterday, and I know it's different because they put a selection of stuff on there, but I buy from ASOS, but I also get gifted from ASOS. But because where I buy, I actually go through that fucking site, but there's some fucking nice shit on there at the moment. ASOS have some stylish things.
Anyway, if people want to find you, where can they find you?
You can find me on Instagram at Isla Doba and TikTok at Isla.
And you can find me on Instagram, TikTok, and YouTube at Looking for Lewys. You can also find the Pop-Off Podcast, Instagram and TikTok at Pop-Off Podcast. Watch the podcast on YouTube, Pop-Off Podcast, and subscribe, or listen to us wherever you listen to your podcast and rate us 5 stars. And we will see you next week for a new episode.
Ciao.
Bye.